If you're over 60, you may have noticed something changing, even if your weight on the scale hasn't moved much. Maybe your belly feels a little fuller, or your waistline has slowly expanded over the years. It's one of the most common things I hear from my patients. Doctor, I don't eat more than before, but somehow the fat just sits right here. Here's the truth. That extra fat around your middle isn't just about appearance or comfort. It's actually one of the strongest signals your body gives about your health. And it may be quietly increasing your risk for one of the most serious diseases affecting older adults today, colon cancer. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at the hidden connection between belly fat, BMI, and colon cancer risk after age 60. You'll understand why the number on the scale doesn't tell the whole story, what's really happening inside your body as you age a cave, and most importantly, what you can do, starting today, to protect yourself. So if you've ever wondered whether that belly weight really matters, stay with me. This conversation could truly change how you think about your health and your future. 1. Why this topic matters. Before we go any further, let's take a moment to talk about why this topic matters so much, especially after the age of 60. Colon cancer is one of the most common and preventable cancers among older adults in the United States. It affects both men and women, and the risk begins to rise sharply after 60. In fact, nearly 2 out of every 3 new cases are diagnosed in people over that age. What makes colon cancer particularly concerning is that it doesn't usually make itself known early on. It tends to develop quietly over many years, often without any pain or clear symptoms. By the time blood in the stool, fatigue, or changes in digestion appear, the disease may already be more advanced. But here's the hopeful truth. Colon cancer is also one of the most preventable cancers we know. Many of its causes are linked to factors we can actually control. Things like diet, physical activity, belly fat, and overall metabolic health. And that's why it's so important to pay attention, especially later in life. As we age, our metabolism naturally slows down. We lose muscle mass more easily, and fat tends to accumulate around the belly, even if our weight on the scale doesn't change much. That extra belly fat isn't just cosmetic. It's a sign of deeper metabolic changes that can quietly increase inflammation, insulin resistance, and, over time, cancer risk. But the good news is, it's never too late to take action. By making small, steady improvements in how we eat, move, and care for our bodies, we can lower those risks dramatically. And equally important, with regular colon screenings, we can often catch problems long before they turn into something serious. Colonoscopies, stool tests, and other early detection tools have saved countless lives, simply because people took the time to check. So when we talk about belly fat, BMI, and colon health, we're really talking about taking control of our future, staying strong, active, and independent for many more years to come. 2. Belly fat versus BMI. Understanding the difference. Before we can understand how belly fat affects colon cancer risk, we need to look at something most people are familiar with, the body mass index, or BMI. BMI is a simple calculation that compares your weight to your height. It's what most health charts and medical checkups use to classify whether someone is underweight, normal, overweight, or obese. But here's the key issue. BMI doesn't tell us where your fat is located, and as we get older, where the fat sits in your body matters even more than how much of it you have. There are 2 main types of fat in the body, subcutaneous fat and visceral fat. Subcutaneous fat is the kind you can pinch. It sits right under the skin. It can be bothersome, but in small amounts it's relatively harmless. Visceral fat, on the other hand, is stored deep inside the abdomen, surrounding organs like your liver, pancreas, and intestines. This is the type that creates that firm, rounded belly many people notice after 60. And unlike subcutaneous fat, visceral fat doesn't just sit there. It's metabolically active. It releases inflammatory chemicals and hormones into your bloodstream that can disrupt your metabolism, damage your blood vessels, and increase your risk for chronic diseases. Here's what's surprising. Even if your BMI falls within the normal range, you can still have an unhealthy amount of visceral fat. That's why someone can look slim but still face serious risks, including diabetes, heart disease, and colon cancer. After 60, your body's metabolism naturally slows down. Hormonal changes like lower estrogen or testosterone and a gradual loss of muscle mass mean your body burns fewer calories. Fat starts to shift from the hips and thighs to the abdomen. Your weight on the scale might not change much, but your body composition does. So when we talk about belly fat, we're really talking about a metabolic warning sign, not a cosmetic issue. Your waistline becomes a reflection of what's happening inside your body, how well your metabolism, hormones, and inflammation are being managed. That's why in medicine, we often say BMI is just a number, but waist size tells the story. Understanding this difference is the first step toward truly protecting your health. Because once you understand what's happening on the inside, you can start making changes that protect you from the outside. 3. How belly fat affects colon cancer risk. Let's talk about how belly fat actually affects your risk for colon cancer and why this connection becomes especially important after 60. Not all fat in the body is the same. The kind that matters most here is the deep fat inside your abdomen, known as visceral fat. This fat surrounds your organs, your liver, pancreas, and intestines. And it's not just sitting there quietly. It's metabolically active, constantly releasing inflammatory chemicals and hormones into your bloodstream. Over time, these substances trigger chronic low-grade inflammation. That inflammation damages the delicate lining of your colon and interferes with how cells grow and repair themselves. When that protective barrier weakens, abnormal cells can begin to form, and some may eventually turn into polyps or cancer. Visceral fat also contributes to insulin resistance, meaning your body has to produce more insulin to control blood sugar. High insulin levels and growth-related hormones encourage colon cells to divide faster than normal. And when cells divide too quickly, the chance of DNA errors increases, creating the conditions for uncontrolled cell growth. On top of that, belly fat alters your hormonal balance. It produces extra estrogen and other hormones that disrupt your body's natural ability to regulate inflammation and cell growth. Together, inflammation, insulin resistance, and hormonal imbalance form a perfect environment for disease to develop. That's why researchers now view waist circumference as a stronger predictor of colon cancer risk than BMI. BMI only measures body weight, not where that weight is stored. You can appear slim and still carry too much visceral fat hidden deep around your organs. So when it comes to protecting your colon, it's not just about the number on the scale, it's about what's happening inside your waistline. By understanding how visceral fat works, you can take real steps to reduce inflammation, protect your long-term health. 4. Lifestyle triggers that increase risk. So now that we know how belly fat can influence colon cancer risk, the next question is, what causes that belly fat to build up in the first place? The answer often lies in the small, everyday habits that quietly add up over time. One of the biggest contributors is diet. Eating patterns high in processed foods, red or processed meats, refined carbohydrates, and sugary drinks all promote fat storage, particularly around the abdomen. These foods spike blood sugar and insulin levels, signaling the body to store more visceral fat. Over time, that combination of excess sugar, unhealthy fats, and low fiber fuels inflammation, the same chronic inflammation that can damage colon cells and increase cancer risk. Another key factor is physical inactivity. As many people slow down after retirement, less walking, less movement, more sitting, muscle mass gradually declines. When muscles weaken, metabolism slows, and the body becomes less efficient at burning calories. That unused energy is then stored as fat, especially around the waistline. Alcohol also plays a significant role. Even moderate drinking can add empty calories and strain the liver, leading to fat accumulation and a higher risk of colon cancer. And when alcohol use is combined with a sedentary lifestyle, the harmful effects multiply. Then there's smoking, a habit that directly damages cells in the digestive tract and increases inflammation throughout the body. For people over 60, the combination of smoking, alcohol, and excess belly fat can magnify colon cancer risk several times over. Finally, we can't overlook sleep and stress. Poor sleep, irregular schedules, and chronic stress all disrupt the body's natural hormone balance, especially cortisol and insulin. When stress hormones stay elevated, the body tends to store more fat in the abdominal area, even if you're not eating more calories. When you put all of these pieces together, poor diet, inactivity, alcohol, smoking, and stress, they form a perfect storm. The result is a gradual buildup of belly fat, rising inflammation, and a higher risk of colon cancer that develops quietly over time. The good news: every single one of these factors can be changed. Step by step, you can reverse the process. And in the next section, we'll talk about exactly how the practical evidence-based actions you can take to reduce belly fat, protect your colon, and strengthen your overall health. 5. How to lower belly fat and protect colon health. Now that we understand how belly fat affects your health and your colon, let's talk about what you can do, starting right now, to lower it and protect your body. The first and most powerful tool is your diet. Focus on a balanced, high-fiber diet rich in whole grains, fruits, and vegetables. Fiber helps food move smoothly through your digestive system, feeds healthy gut bacteria, and lowers inflammation in the colon. These good bacteria produce natural compounds that protect your colon cells and strengthen your immune system. Try to limit processed foods, fried items, and sugary drinks. They tend to promote inflammation and encourage fat storage around your abdomen. Instead, choose lean proteins like fish, skinless chicken, beans, and lentils, and include healthy fats from avocados, nuts, and olive oil. These foods not only help control belly fat, but also support heart and brain health as you age. The second key is physical activity. Regular exercise helps burn visceral fat, the deep fat that's most dangerous. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate activity each week, such as brisk walking, swimming, or cycling. Add strength training 2 or 3 times a week to maintain muscle and boost metabolism. Even light weights or resistance bands can make a big difference. Don't forget about stress management and sleep. High stress levels raise cortisol, a hormone that drives fat storage around the belly. And poor sleep interferes with appetite control, making it harder to maintain a healthy weight. Try to build a simple routine. Deep breathing, meditation, prayer, or a short evening walk can calm the mind and help you rest better. Another important step is to monitor your waistline, not just your weight. For most adults, a healthy goal is under 40 inches for men and under 35 inches for women. This simple measure gives a more accurate picture of your health than BMI ever could. Finally, stay proactive with medical checkups and colon screenings. Talk to your doctor about when your next screening is due, because detecting changes early can save lives. Remember, lasting change doesn't come from drastic diets or quick fixes. It comes from small, consistent actions. Eating real food, moving your body, managing stress, and getting good sleep. Every healthy choice adds up. You're not just losing belly fat, you're building a stronger gut, a healthier colon, and a better quality of life. 6. Closing. So let's take a moment to pull everything together. After 60, belly fat matters more than BMI. That's because it's not just about the number on the scale, it's about what's happening inside your body. Visceral fat, the deep fat around your organs, drives inflammation, insulin resistance, and hormonal changes that can increase your risk for colon cancer. The good news is, with the right choices, you can reduce belly fat, calm inflammation, and protect your colon health. Eat more fiber, move your body every day, manage stress, sleep well, and keep up with regular screenings. Each of these steps works together. They lower inflammation, balance your metabolism, and help your body stay strong and resilient. Remember, prevention doesn't happen overnight. It's built through small, steady actions that compound over time. Every healthy meal, every walk, every screening test, each one is an investment in your future health. I hope today's video gave you the clarity and motivation to take the next step for your health. As a doctor, I can tell you, I've seen the difference these simple habits make. People who take charge of their health after 60 often feel more energetic, more confident, and more in control than they have in years. So, if you take just one thing away from this video, let it be this. Your waistline is not just a number, it's a message. Listen to it, take care of it, and it will take care of you. If you found this helpful, please like this video, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe for more science-based health advice. Stay healthy, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.